Welcome to Master Concepts in Chemistry. In this lesson, we will discuss how to convert from one unit to another unit. So let's say we want to convert 2 meters to centimeters. How should we proceed? To convert 2 meters to centimeters, we first have to know the relationship between meters and centimeters. Otherwise, we'll not be able to do it. So we must recall that 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter. Once we recall the relationship between the units, then we can proceed to then write conversion factors, which are basically ratios. So our first conversion factor, which I call A, would just be 100 centimeters over 1 meter. And my second conversion factor, which I call B, will be 1 meter over 100 centimeters. You can write them in any order in terms of the ratios. B could be A or A could be B. It doesn't really matter. So as you've seen, ratio B is a flip of ratio A. So we call this conversion factors. So these ratios are called conversion factors. So anytime I want to convert from centimeters to meters, I have to use one of these ratios. Or if I want to convert from meters to centimeters, I have to use one of these ratios. So without knowing that 100 centimeters is equal to 1 meter, there's no way I can successfully carry out a conversion. So relationships are important in unit conversions. So let's proceed to solve this problem. So we want to convert 2 meters to centimeters. And we have our ratios. So our ratios, which are called A, is 100 centimeters over 1 meter, and the other one is 1 meter over 100 centimeters. So this ratio B. So our question is convert 2 meters to centimeters. So first, I normally say we should draw a table. So we'll draw a table like this. Now, the table has sides. So we have the top left, the bottom left, the top right, and the bottom right. So first, the bottom left is blank, so we don't really write anything here. So this side is blank. So you go back and read the question. You have been given 2 meters. So this is given to you. So you are given 2 meters. And then you want centimeters. So first, the unit given to you, you write it on the top left corner. So we write 2 meters here. And the unit I want, 8 centimeters. I write it here, the top right corner. So I want centimeters. Then the bottom is the unit you don't need. That is the unit you want to cancel out, which of course is going to be meters. So I write meters here. So now that I have my table partially set up, I now go and look at my conversion factors. Which one do I have centimeters on top and meters at the bottom? Clearly, it is conversion factor A. This is not right because this I have meters on top and centimeters. But since I want centimeters, the centimeters should be on top of my ratio. So I'll write here 100 attached to centimeters and 1. Then I'll close my table. So these lines have meaning. The horizontal line is a division line. And the vertical lines are multiplication. Okay, so if you have a number or a letter on top, and have a number or the same letter at the bottom, they cancel out. So you see there's meters on top, meters at the bottom. So they cross out, they cancel out. So what I have left is just 201. And of course, centimeters is what we want. So that remains. So we multiply 2 by 100, which of course is 200. And we attach centimeters to it, divided by 1. But we know any number divided by 1 is still the same number. So this will give us 200 centimeters. So you see, so that is how to use this table to do a conversion. Now, similarly, we can translate this table into another form. So as I said, the horizontal line means division. So we can say 2 meters. Then the vertical line means times. So times. And this is a ratio, 100 centimeters divided by 1 meter. So you see the setup. So it's the same thing as what we have in the table. So meters will cross our meters. 2 times 100 centimeters will give us 200 centimeters divided by 1, which of course is 200 centimeters. Okay. Now, but the beauty of the table is that as you keep extending the table, the units on the diagonal keeps canceling. So if you set it up such that units on the diagonal don't cancel, then that means that there's something wrong with your setup. So you can go back and then look at where the problem is and try to resolve it. Okay, so yeah. So this is a one-step conversion. So let's do another conversion. So let's say we want to convert 1 hour to seconds. We want to convert 1 hour to seconds. 1 hour to seconds. So the units we are interested in are hour and seconds. But we know you can proceed directly from hours to what? To seconds. You have to go through minutes. So basically, you plan in your mind like this. So we know from hours, you go to minutes. And from minutes, you go to what? Seconds. So this is how it should appear in your mind. So that means that we have to figure out the relationship between hours and minutes and the relationship between minutes and seconds. So we have to figure out the relation between hours and minutes and the relation between minutes and seconds. So that means that we have to think about how many minutes will make 1 hour. So we know 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So that's the first relationship. We also know 1 minute is equal to what? 60 seconds. So from this relationship, we write our two conversion factors. From this relationship, also write our two conversion factors. So for any relationship between two units, you should be able to write two conversion factors out of the relationship. So for our first relationship, our first conversion factor called A would be 1 hour over 60 minutes. And our second conversion factor called B would be 60 minutes over 1 hour. So you see, so these are my conversion factors to go from minutes to hours or hours to minutes. And my first conversion factor for the second relationship, which I call A, will be 1 minute over 60 seconds. And my second conversion factor will be 60 seconds over 1 minute. So these are the conversion factors. So now we have to set up our table. So what I'll do is I will draw my table and I'll keep extending it. So first we are given 1 hour, but we have to go through minutes. So we go from hours to minutes first. So we do 1 hour here. Okay. What is given, we write it top left corner. And then we want minutes. So minutes here. And the bottom here should be the same unit as what is on the top left corner. So here is going to be hours as well. So we go and look at our ratios, our conversion factors. Which one do we have minutes on top and hours at the bottom? This one. And 60 goes with minutes. So we put 60 here. And 1 goes with hours. So we put 1 hour here. And we close the table. So units on the diagonal will cancel. So you see that. So now we have minutes left. But we don't want to end minutes. We don't want to end at minutes. We want to end at seconds. So that means that we extend the table one more time. So the next unit we are interested in is seconds. So we put seconds here. So meaning the bottom here should be minutes, since we want minutes to cancel out. So that's minutes. So we go and look at our relationship here. Which one do we have seconds on top and minutes at the bottom? Clearly, it is this one. So the seconds goes with 60 and 1 goes with minutes. So we'll put 60 here and we'll put 1 here. Then we'll close the table. So you see, so we have our table set up. So again, units on the diagonal cancel. So minutes will cancel minutes. So basically, we have 1 times 60 divided by 1. Okay, so basically we'll have 3,600 seconds divided by 1, which of course is 3,600 seconds. So you see that. So we have converted a 1 hour to seconds, okay, by using conversion factors. So once you understand how to generate conversion factors, converting one unit to another is not always difficult once you know the relationship.